Hello and welcome to Excel Academy. The exams countdown has begun, so full-fledged exam preparation should have started by now. In this video, I'm discussing the correct study strategies for revision one day before exam, which is very important and essential because however well prepared you are, if your strategy and the method of revision is wrong one day before exam, you can have a very bad exam. So to ensure that all your good efforts of 6 months preparation is actually shown in the examination hall, what it boils down to is how you're revising one day before exam. So in this session, I'm going to discuss two important aspects. One is what are the recommended practices that you should follow one day before the exam, and what are certain common mistakes that students do which you are required to avoid the day before exam. So let's begin our discussion with first what are the to-do things one day before exam and what is the strategy that you should use for revising the day before the exam. The first one is you should follow the 3R formula, that is revise, recall and retain. What does this mean? It simply means first you should revise, close your books, then you recall. You don't have to do the revision word by word, line by line, reading everything from the material that you have. You have highlighted notes, you have short notes, you have diagram notes, you have chart books, whatever concise material you have, use that material for revising. Then close all your materials and then do active recalling, that is without any material in your hand, mentally you should revise that particular content that you have studied. And lastly, at any point in time, if you are not able to recall what you have studied, you are not able to recall the points that you have revised, in that case you should go back to the material, see what point you have missed out and then do the reading for the purpose of retention into your memory. So this is the 3 formula method, that is first you do the revision, close the books and do active recalling, only mental revision. If you forget anything in mental revision, then you're going to go back to the books, study for the purpose of retention. Follow these method, only then you will able to complete the vast syllabus in a given shorter span of time, because you have 18-20 chapters in every subject and you don't even have 24 hours in hand for the next day's exam. So you have to be very selective and strategic when you are doing revision. You cannot study the entire material, so you should revise, active recall, and if you have forgotten anything, then go back to the books for the purpose of retention. Follow this method for revision. Now coming to what are the things that you should do and what you should not do. First one is, most important thing that most of the students don't do is, before preparing, before starting your revision, you should have a dedicated study table, dedicated space. Every time whenever you're going to study in the same place. Have that study routine. And when you're taking a break, you should not be sitting on the same chair or a same place and using the mobile for the purpose of taking a break. When you say you're taking a break from study, you should escape that place. You should have an escape zone where you're going outside your study room. Whether you go out for a walk, you go out on a terrace, you go out into the hall of your house, whatever. Your study place should be different from the relaxation place. That difference is required to be maintained. That is the key for mental peace, calm and stability. Next comes prioritization. Like we have already told, while you're studying, 100% of coverage of the syllabus is very important. But when we are revising the chapters and we are studying one day before the exam, you cannot go through full material. So you have to prioritize high weighted chapters, important chapters, and the sequence of revision. We have already made a video. The link will be provided in the description. You can see the list of important chapters and accordingly prioritize your revision chapters. Use of materials. You cannot use bulky materials, you cannot read line by line. If you have highlighted, use the highlighted notes. If you have your own handwritten notes, use the handwritten notes. If you have any summary notes, use it. But just remember that don't use too many materials. You have got material from 1 academy, 2 academy, 3 academy, from every academy's notes you are studying. That will not work one day before exam. This method can work when you have 6-7 months of preparation and you're taking the best from every material. That is different. But please know that you're studying just 24 hours before the exam. You cannot use a lot of materials. Just use one material that you are comfortable with. Exam time management plan. I've also made one exclusive video on this, how you should plan minute by minute of 3 hours and 15 minutes that is there as exam duration. So you should keep that plan ready and go through that plan of how much time you're going to spend on every sub question. Take breaks and rest. I understand that you don't even have 24 hours of preparation time. Constantly studying continuously without taking breaks will lead to exhaustion. Not only you're going to feel tired and bored, your mental capacity is going to reduce. Even if you're revising, that is not being stored in the memory. So it is a time wasted. It is equal to time wasted if you're not taking breaks, right? So if your brain is tired, the output is not going to be efficient, or it is not going to be useful in the long run. So you should follow the Pomodoro technique: 25 minutes of study time, 5 minutes of break, 25 minutes of study time, 5 minutes of break. Do 4 sessions of this, then take a big break of 20 minutes. So that is how you should study. You should have multiple sessions, but you should understand that break is essential because your brain also needs some rest. If it is exhausted, it is not going to give you right output. Keep that in mind. We understand that you have a lot to cover one day before, but you should not neglect the break time. Day 1, you might not feel tired. Day 2, you might not feel tired. By the end of the 3rd or 4th exam, you will be so tired that you will not even have the capacity of revising one single chapter. So from day 1, you should follow the same routine where you're giving appropriate breaks so that your brain is not going to a burnout stage or an anxiety stage. Mandatory short exercise. Minimum 20 minutes of exercise is required. We know that you don't have enough time only for studying also, but somewhere 20 minutes of just walking outside, just playing some running activity, playing any sports that you like, just 20 minutes, could be yoga, could be deep breathing exercise. Some exercise of 20 minutes is required because that releases hormones which are helping your body to recall, retain a lot of information. So that is the chemical composition of the body, how it operates, right? So for releasing those hormones, you have to do some exercise, and just what I'm asking is 15 to 20 minutes of your time for some kind of physical activity. Relaxation. We have to relax. We understand that there is a lot of pressure. We understand there is a lot of stress. We understand that you have a vast syllabus to cover. But please remember, exhausted brain will not give you results. So once you're finished, after your study time, before your sleep, have a relaxation. Listen to music, talk to your family members, something not related to academics, not related to exam. If there are kids at home, play with the kids. Some activity that gives you happiness, you are required to do for the purpose of relaxation of your mental peace. Logistic, finalize your kit. Very, very important. Most of the students don't do this. Your stationery, pen, pencil, eraser, pencil, calculator, your hall ticket, your identity card, right? All this is something that you should collect one day before and keep it in your bag, because the December exam is in the afternoon, 2 to 5:15 p.m. does not mean in the morning you're going in search for looking at printing places where you can take a printout of your hall ticket. Don't keep all these things to the last moment. Do it one day before exam. Keep everything ready, because morning, once you wake up, you only are going to do revision till afternoon before you enter the examination hall. You don't want to keep any additional activity before the exam. So keep all these stationaries and whatever essential requirements are there prepared. Also pre-plan your travel, how you're going to go to the examination center. Identify which is your examination center. In bigger cities, they have 3-4 examination centers. So which is your examination center? Identify that. Where is the location? If you don't know the location, have a look at it. All this should be pre-planned. On the day of the exam in the morning, you cannot have any panic because of any one of these miscellaneous things. So keep your exam kit ready with all the necessary items. In the exam, they will not permit you to borrow pencil, pen from anybody else. Please carry enough stationery along with you so that you can use whatever whenever required. What is most important is health and mind. As you're studying, you will be able to produce good results only when you're healthy and your mind is healthy. Ultimately, whatever you're writing, that input is coming from your mind. If your mind is not happy, if your mind is not relaxed, if your mind is not fresh, you will not be able to write the answers. You know the answer, you're well prepared, you've covered 100% of the syllabus, but in the examination center, you go blank. because your mind is tired, because your mind is not fresh, because it has not got enough sleep, right? So it is very important that as much as you are focusing on studying and revising and completing the syllabus, you must give equal weightage to your mental capacity, mental health as well as physical health. So when we talk about mental health, mainly it is with respect to your relaxation time and enough sleep. You should get at least a minimum of 6 to 7 hours of sleep even during exams. Don't underestimate the benefit of sleep, right? Many a times I can tell you examples of a lot of students, first day of exam they sleep for 0 minutes, full night long they are studying. Second day, little exhaustion level would have increased, so they are not able to stay whole night, they would have still managed to sleep 2 hours. On the third day, they have absolutely zero capacity of revising even one chapter because they are exhausted. You don't want to do that to yourself. Follow the same routine for every exam. Every exam, your mental capacity should be there to retain the information that you are studying. So just because you think that no, I can stay full night awake, today you can stay, second day you can stay, but till 7 days of the exam, can you be there without sleeping? No, the impact that you are creating on your body by not sleeping on one day is going to show third or fourth day. By that time, you would have exhausted yourself so much that those exams are going to become terrible. Don't do that to yourself. You should be very particular with respect to the routine that you're following. Sleep at the same time, get up at the same time, follow a fixed routine for revision time. So that is, sleep is non-negotiable. Every day you're required to sleep at least for 6 to 7 hours. Take short breaks as and when required. Stay hydrated and eat well. So this is with respect to the mental well-being, sleep and taking breaks. With respect to your physical health, you cannot have a bad stomach, or you cannot be falling ill, sick, fever, because you have put 6 months of effort into studying. On the day of the exam, if you're falling sick, you will not be able to write exam as efficiently as you can. So you should take care of your physical well-being as well. And since the exam countdown has begun, you should start prioritizing your physical and mental health right from now, so that you don't fall sick during the days of the exam. So this is very, very key and most neglected by most of the students. So please give extra attention to this along with your revision. Now coming to what are those common mistakes that students make while they are preparing one day before the exam, and what you're not required to do. First one is, don't start anything new. If you have not covered a chapter, it's okay, forget it. What you know, what you have studied, becomes stronger in that. What you are writing, at least that answer you should be able to write perfectly. In the scope of trying to remember something new, you might forget something that you have already studied. So there is no scope for learning anything new. You should be very careful that whatever you have studied, you are revising only those aspects. Don't read the whole book. In every chapter, every topic, every subheading is not important. You should know what you should prioritize, what you should study and what you should revise. Focus only on those important areas. Don't try to study everything. It's similar what I've told you. You don't have to study everything line by line, word by word. You know what is important. You know what is high weightage. You focus on those aspects. Don't discuss with others. The most common mistake, calling your friend, how much have you finished? What are you studying? What is the answer for this question? Did you understand this concept? These are not the things that you're required to do one day before exam. This might give you panic. Some student might give you an answer and your answer that you are thinking is different. So you go into a confusion mode of which answer is correct. You don't want any kind of confusion, anxiety, panic one day before the exam. So never discuss anything with your friends with respect to the subject that you're studying. Don't compare the syllabus with others. How many chapters have you completed? Did you finish revising? How many revisions have you finished? What they have revised, will it impact you? Will it impact your performance? If he has studied 3 times, will that impact your performance in the exam? How much you have studied is relevant for your performance. So forget about what others are doing, how they are studying, how much they have studied. All that is absolutely irrelevant for us. So we are not going to discuss and compare how much our peer friends have completed. Don't practice full mock exams. Your time to do writing practice, one day one answer, weekly test, mock exam is before exams, not one day before exam. One day before exam, your entire focus should only be on revision, not even writing practice. I don't suggest writing one day before the exam. Your entire focus should be only on revision. Mock exam is an absolutely no, because if you're seeing a mock exam, out of that you don't know 20 questions, you're going to go into a panic mode that I have not studied, I don't know this, I don't know that. Why do you want to put yourself in that situation? Right? Whatever you have studied, you will forget that also if you get into the confusion mode or in the panic mode. So absolutely no seeing any previous year question papers, no seeing any taking mock exam, no trying to write answers one day before the exam. Don't discuss the answers before entering the examination hall. You've reached the examination center, but you have books in hand, 10 books you're carrying, turning the pages. In that minute, what will you able to study? What will you be able to revise? So when you're walking into the examination center, be relaxed, don't have any study material, do active recalling without books in your hand. You're mentally just trying to recall, that is sufficient. You don't need to carry all your books to the examination center. And the worst thing is going to the examination center and discussing the concepts with your friends. They might have understood a concept in a different sense, you have studied in a different way. There itself there is a clash and you will get confused what is the right answer. You don't want to be in that situation. So never discuss before entering into the examination hall. And most importantly, which comes with that, is don't discuss the answer after you have written the answer paper. You're discussing, you get to know that your answer is wrong. Can you go back and change your answer? Can you go back to the examination hall and tell the invigilator, give my answer, I want to change? Not possible. Then what is the point in discussing? If your examination has gone well, don't have the overconfidence. If your examination has gone wrong, or you have not done well, or you did not know the answers, don't be demotivated. So whether you're happy or you're sad, that should not impact your next exam. So the best solution for that is, do not discuss the answers. Close the question paper, keep it in your bag, done and dusted. You're not going to discuss that any time till the entire exam is over. Right? So no discussion about the answers after the exam is completed. Next, don't listen to multiple lectures one day before exam. You have this habit of seeing various marathons, lectures. So don't listen from multiple teachers on the same concept. Everybody has a different style of teaching, different method of teaching. You might get confused. So follow one teacher, follow one guide, follow one mentor, that is sufficient. Don't dwell on your mistakes. For example, you're trying to recall, you're trying to study, and you've forgotten one concept. Don't punish yourself or don't get into the guilty mode that, oh, I did not know the answer to this. This is so important. How could I forget it? This is the mistake that I've done. If you've done a mistake, you've forgotten a point, it's okay. You've just forgotten maybe 5% of what you've studied. You still remember 95%. Be happy about what you're able to remember. Don't punish yourself or don't go into the guilty mode if you've forgotten any concept. Don't skip your meals and don't overeat. Both are important. You should not overeat, that it's going to give a physical trouble to your body. Neither stay hungry or starve, because if your body is not fueled with healthy food, your brain will not be able to function. So eat healthy, eat homemade food, eat fruits, eat dry fruits. Take those foods which will give you energy, long lasting energy, not junk foods. Okay, so you should eat healthy, don't skip your meals, and don't overeat as well. There are a lot of people who do stress eating. When they are using their mental capacity, when they are studying a lot, they eat a lot. Don't do that. Don't keep your food along with you when you're studying. Your meal time is different from revision time. Take a break, get up, go out, eat your food, and then come back to the study table. Never eat and study together at the same time. Don't skip your sleep. I've already told the importance of sleep. One day you might be able to be there without sleep. Second day you might be able to survive. Third day you might be able to survive. But the 7 days of the exam you will not be able to do it. So don't skip your sleep. It is very, very essential for maintaining the freshness of your mind, which is going to be the main element in the examination center. It is your mind which is going to suggest what answer you're required to write. So that should be fresh and active, and it will be fresh and active only if you sleep well. Don't get distracted. Just 7 days of time without socializing, without going out, without your social media platforms, without your mobiles, without talking to your friends. Just 7 days is what we are asking. Put your entire focus only on preparing for the exams. Don't use electronic gadgets 45 minutes before bedtime. Your screen time is not advised before bedtime because it is going to keep your brain active, and we want your brain to actually relax when you're going to go to sleep, because when it relaxes, only then the sleep will be of quality sleep. If you're sleeping with the electronic gadgets, you're actually sleeping, but somewhere your mind is still active, it is still running, it is not gone into the relaxation mode, which is not what we want. We want to sleep because we want our mind to relax and be fresh the next day in the morning. So if you want your brain to relax, you have to put away your electronic gadgets, whether it is your mobile phone, whether it's your tablets, whether it is your laptops, whatever you're using. You should not use it, at least, if not 45, at least 30 minutes before bed, you should not use these electronic devices. Follow these methods. You will be able to significantly function better one day before exam and write better answers, produce better answers, and have a good performance in the exam. I have made a one day before exam revision timetable for full 7 days of your exam. If you want that timetable, you can just fill in the Google form that is there in the description, or you can just WhatsApp us at 973-973-3400. We'll send across that timetable to you. You can tell us whether you want only group 1 timetable, group 2 timetable, or group 1 and 2 timetable. We have all three and we'll have it sent across to you. All the best for your exam. Don't panic. Stay relaxed, do whatever is in your capacity, but what you have in your capacity, do it to the 100% of your capability. All the best. I know you all will do well, and take care. Study well and perform well.